Well, I got another video review for you. This one's from a company by the name of Offroam. Not off-road, but Offroam. And what this is a phone mount. Basically, it's a ball that attaches to the side of a 7 or 8 inch screen. And it's basically just a ball mount that's made out of aluminum. And I guess they've machined this thing down to where it's like really precise, and I gotta say it looks really good. But it's got a 20 millimeter ball, so you can use their phone mounts, or you can use one that you already have, as long as it's that 20 millimeter size. Anyways, on the inside of the mount here, it's got some sort of elastomer on the inside that's real soft and squishy, because this thing does clamp right here on the side of the bezel. What you have to do is they give you a little provided Allen key, and you go in here and you loosen this little ball mount and loosen a little bit on each side until it starts opening up. And you'll notice this little crack right here just starts to open up. Now keep in mind, you don't want to loosen it all the way. You want to loosen it to about 1/8 of an inch. Try to do it evenly on both sides. And once you got it loosened up about 1/8 of an inch, then you should be good to slide it down onto the bezel here. So this is the first time that I'm doing it. I just wanted to show it off to you guys so you guys can see how to install it along with me. So okay, so you can see right there, I've opened it up just a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch, and there you go. You can see that sunlight through there. If you open it up too much, yeah, it'll come apart and you'll have to put the bolt back in there into this piece here. But just open it up a little bit, and then what you want to do next is just kind of slide this piece in from the back. And like I said, it's got all this little squishy elastomer on the inside of it to keep it from scratching anything up, and then it just kind of rides in place in that little channel right there. And I'm gonna put it about halfway up on the screen. You know, this is probably about the halfway mark right in there. And then I'm gonna take and pinch it with my fingers just to hold it. And then I'm just gonna use this little Allen key to slowly tighten it up. And you know, just do a little bit on the top one and then go to the bottom and tighten some there, so that way you get it nice and even. It's kind of hard to show you guys because I got big fingers and they're in the way. Just like I said, just tighten it down evenly, and you'll have to do this several times. And obviously I've got it opened up too much, so it's going to take me a minute. So I'll come back here in a minute once I get it tightened up a little closer. Alright guys, so on this mount here, you can still see that it's loose, but what I had to do was, you know, take and just kind of slide it in between the little screen and the little plastic bezel. And there's a little bit of a gap in there, and you know, it works out because there's just enough room for that to push right beside between the screen on this side and the bezel. It just pushes in there just a tiny little bit, and it hooks in and latches. And then on the back side, it hooks around the back and latches. And you know, it's really, you know, at first when I seen how it was going to mount on there, I was like a little nervous because I didn't want it to crack my screen or anything. But then once you get it in place and push it in there, you can see that the way that it's going to lock in, and it's not going to hurt anything. You know, but I messaged the company and was like, hey, you know, I'm a little scared about this. And once I pushed it further back up in there and seen that it locks in place, and all I got to do is just tighten it up now. I will say that it is going to be a little tricky to get that wrench in there using it this way, so you might have to take little small turns and tighten it up front to back like that. You know, to remember, you know, when you're tightening, righty tighty, lefty loosey, so you're going to be pulling towards you. And you know, obviously you're not going to be able to rotate this like this because it's going to hit that dash right there. So it might be slow tightening process, but you know, when you tighten it up, make sure you go to the top and then the bottom, top and the bottom, and make sure it's all nice and even when you tighten it. All right, guys, so they provide you with a little Allen key, and that works great. But guy with me, I've got gout and arthritis. Last week I couldn't even pick up a cell phone in my hand, and so it's hard for me to make that turn. And plus, with it being right up here next to the dash, I've got big hands, so it's hard to get in there. So I've got this little kit that I got on Amazon, and I don't know, it's pretty cheap, but there was like a little T10 bit. I know that's a Torx, and what I'm using that you're supposed to use is an Allen, and I understand that, but that little T10 is just enough to grip it where I can twist it with my fingers, so I don't have to sit there and use that Allen key and get one turn at a time. So if you're running into the same thing that I'm running into, just get you a little T10 bit, and that helps you just to make a bunch of turns by just twisting it in your finger rather than one turn at a time with the hex key. So that seemed to work out good. But anyways, you can see once you tighten it up that there is no gap, and it fits right down into that crack right in there, and it seems really sturdy. So very impressed with the way that it mounts up, and it looks like it's going to be a really nice phone mount. Very impressed so far. All right, so now that I got the ball mounted on here, and man, this thing is really nice and secure, now I can take the phone mount and loosen up this little extension arm, or whatever you call it, and you just loosen it up enough to get it opened up where it'll slide up on that ball. And I'm probably loosened up a little too much there, but you'll start tightening it back up. It'll start tightening up on both balls there. And if you want to loosen it to adjust it, which I'm going to probably put mine up high like that, I'm not real sure, but I'm guessing it'll probably go somewhere in there, and then that should be good. All right, so I gotta say, there's my girlfriend staring at me. Yep, cute, huh? Well, anyways, we got the phone up there. This is not my everyday phone, that's my old phone, and it's a Samsung S8. And I was just curious if my new phone would fit up there, which it's a Samsung S22 Ultra, and it does. So gotta say, it fits a larger phone, even some of these smaller ones. But I like the placement of this, being able to put that phone mount right there. Just puts it in a prime spot, just simply because a lot of these other phone mounts you see, they'll put it right here. They have a phone mount that mounts there, and I think that looks stupid, and I don't think it makes any sense, because you're always going to have hot air or cold air blowing on it from the AC or the heater, because it's going to block half your screen up here and part of your screen down here, and just doesn't make sense to me. So I searched, looked everywhere, and I found these from that company called Offroam. And so anyways, I was a little worried at first about putting that in there next to the screen, but the way that it fits and just slides into that crack, doesn't look like it's going to interfere with that screen at all. So yeah, I was very pleased. And I gotta say, that ball mount is in there nice and tight, and it doesn't seem like it's going to scratch up that little silver bezel or your screen, but just simply because of the way that it fits in there, and it looks really good, and very, very impressed. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side, and I can have one on the other side as well, and that way my passengers can have a phone mount. Anyways, they do offer some different types of phone mounts. They've got some magnetic ones and all that, but this one here is just the type that you just open it up, and it's a friction fit. And now there's some like rubber, silicone, whatever that is, back in there to keep from scratching your phone up. But you can see this thing expands out. It's got some pretty good tension to it, and yeah, seems to do pretty good. Very, very impressed. All right, guys, so I went ahead and put one on the other side as well, and that thing is holding the Samsung Z Fold 2, the one that's double thick and folds out into a big TV of a phone. But yeah, seems to hold it no problem, and I gotta say, this thing seems really secure. All right, so I just wanted to do a video, me going through this rough yard. This is my front yard. Got the grass a little high, I need to mow, but you can see that got that big old Z Fold 2, and it's able to hold it in here. And you can see I'm bouncing around pretty good in this rough yard. So we'll hit the road right here and pull out into the highway. Here comes the car, so we have to get out and move. There we go. All right, we're riding down the road now, and yeah, don't see any kind of bouncing or movement or any of that. So seems to do a pretty good job. So steady mount for sure. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I've got a bunch more RAV4 videos coming out. You've got all different types of products going on here. And anyways, like I said, make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell there at the top. That way you get to see all those future videos. And if you're interested in this phone mount, make sure you check out the link in the description. I'll put one for Offroam, and then I'll also put one on there for Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate. And so either way, it doesn't matter which one you get it from. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, see ya.